Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, so you never miss a play. The atmosphere in Washington feels unusually heavy as whispers of Terry McLaurin's departure from the Commanders begin to circulate, sending shockwaves through the fan base. Known for his electrifying plays and unwavering dedication, McLaurin has become more than just a wide receiver. He has been the embodiment of resilience and heart for the team over the past seasons. Rumors now suggest that despite the strong emotional ties and countless memorable moments, McLaurin might be looking for a new chapter elsewhere. Insiders hint that negotiations with the team might have reached an impasse, possibly over contract expectations or the long-term vision of the organization. Fans are left grappling with the bittersweet realization that the player who made him possible catches look routine, who carried the offense on his shoulders during crucial games, and who inspired countless young athletes might not be suiting up in burgundy and gold again. Social media has exploded with speculation, with countless tweets, posts, and forums dissecting every word from press conferences, interviews, and even casual remarks by McLaurin himself. The tension grows as analysts suggest this could be a strategic decision for both player and franchise. Despite the obvious emotional toll, reports indicate that Terry McLaurin has been considering options that would allow him not only to secure his future financially, but also to play in a system that maximizes his skill set, while his loyalty to Washington has never been questioned. The landscape of the NFL is a harsh one, often forcing players to make decisions that weigh career longevity against sentiment. Sources close to McLaurin hint that discussions with potential suitors have been ongoing, with teams from both the NFC and AFC expressing interest in a wide receiver who can change the dynamics of a game in a single drive. Speculators suggest that this move could be more about finding a fit where his talents are fully appreciated rather than a mere search for money or fame. In the midst of this uncertainty, Washington fans are caught between hope and heartbreak, clinging to the idea that a last-minute resolution might keep McLaurin in the city he has proudly represented. Yet, the signs point to a shift that could redefine the offensive identity of the Commanders. For the foreseeable future, analysts debate whether McLaurin's exit might trigger a domino effect, potentially influencing other players' decisions and even the strategic approach of the front office. Insiders whisper about the subtle dynamics behind the scenes, painting a picture of an organization at a crossroads. Some suggest that the Commanders may be prioritizing salary cap flexibility or the development of younger talent, which could clash with the ambitions of a player like McLaurin, whose prime years are now in full swing. Rumors hint that meetings have been tense, with agents and executives negotiating not only numbers, but the role McLaurin would play in future seasons. Such behind-the-scenes maneuvering, while typical in the NFL, takes on an emotional weight when the player in question is someone who has become a symbol of perseverance and excellence for a city desperate for stability and identity. Fans remember the breathtaking catches, the game-changing moments, and the consistent professionalism that made McLaurin a fan favorite. Now, every headline, every tweet, and every analyst's speculation feels heavier, charged with the possibility that an era defined by McLaurin's presence might be nearing its conclusion in Washington. The uncertainty surrounding his future ignites debates across sports networks, podcasts, and online communities, all dissecting every rumor, every report, and every potential scenario. The timing of this rumored departure adds another layer of intrigue, as teams across the league weigh their roster needs and strategize for the seasons ahead. McLaurin's name has appeared in speculative trade talks, with analysts suggesting that his combination of speed, route running, and reliability makes him an ideal target for franchises looking to elevate their passing game immediately. The very thought of a team acquiring a talent of his caliber sends shivers down the spines of rival defensive coordinators, who would need to adjust game plans to account for his presence in Washington. However, the emotional impact is equally significant, with fans expressing disbelief and sorrow over the potential loss of a player who has not only produced statistically, but has also represented their city with dignity and pride. Sports talk shows are buzzing, and fan forums are flooded with pleas, conjecture, and heartfelt messages, highlighting just how intertwined McLaurin has become with the identity of the Commanders. The rumor mill paints a complex picture. On one side, a star seeking growth and opportunity, and on the other, a franchise grappling with financial and strategic considerations. Adding to the speculation, Insiders note that McLaurin's approach to his future has been methodical, carefully weighing teams, coaching staffs, offensive schemes, and city culture before making a final decision. He is portrayed as a player who values his impact on the field as much as his legacy off it, understanding that every move he makes shapes public perception and career trajectory. Analysts theorize that the potential destinations are not only determined by competitive prospects, but also by fit, community engagement, and alignment with his long-term vision. The rumor mill suggests that whichever team secures McLaurin could instantly experience a shift in offensive philosophy, with the ability to stretch defenses and create matchup nightmares. Across the league, for Washington, the possibility of losing such an influential figure is staggering, raising questions about how the team will restructure its receiving cores, adjust its offensive strategies, and address fan sentiment in the wake of this potential departure. Social media continues to buzz with speculation, debate, and emotional outpouring, as followers of the Commanders struggle to reconcile the potential reality of life without Terry McLaurin in their lineup. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the rumor of Terry McLaurin leaving the Commanders continues to dominate headlines, compelling fans and analysts alike to imagine scenarios both thrilling and heartbreaking. Conversations swirl about trades, free agency, and hypothetical destinations, as insiders weigh every possibility, dissecting each nuance of contract talks and organizational priorities. The narrative being painted as one of inevitability mixed with suspense, a delicate balance of personal ambition and team legacy for McLaurin. The decision is said to be deeply personal, with considerations extending beyond mere performance metrics to include mentorship, cultural fit, and his own long-term impact on the league. In Washington, the rumor has already taken on a life of its own, igniting debates in households, sports bars, and online forums, highlighting the powerful connection between a player and a city. Analysts caution against underestimating the ripple effects of his potential departure, noting that the consequences may extend beyond the roster to influence fan engagement, media coverage, and the overall identity of the franchise. Every report, every insider comment, and every speculative headline feeds into the growing narrative, leaving the Commanders' fanbase in a state of anxious anticipation. The ripple effect of Terry McLaurin potentially leaving Washington is already being felt across the league, as rival teams weigh the opportunity to acquire a receiver who can redefine an offense. Almost instantly, rumors suggest that front offices are quietly assessing the possibility of trading for or signing McLaurin, imagining the dynamic he could bring to their passing game, and the immediate boost in both performance and marketability. Analysts speculate that a team willing to meet his expectations, both financially and in terms of role, could transform its offensive identity overnight. Meanwhile, the Commanders face the challenge of projecting a vision without their star receiver, potentially reshaping the wide receiving group, drafting priorities, and offensive strategy. Fans are left contemplating a future where the highlight reels no longer feature McLaurin's breathtaking catches, his precise route running, or the intensity he brings to every snap. The speculation grows, fueled by insider chatter suggesting that McLaurin's departure may not simply be about opportunity, but also about seeking a team culture that aligns with his personal and professional aspirations. Each passing day intensifies the debate as media outlets, sports analysts, and passionate fans dissect every potential move. Leaving Washington on tenterhooks, reports from insiders suggest that McLaurin has been methodical in his approach, weighing multiple potential destinations based on coaching philosophy, offensive schemes, and the ability to compete at the highest level immediately. Sources hint that several franchises are strategically positioning themselves, hoping to attract his attention, with promises of starring roles, leadership opportunities, and systems designed to exploit his elite skill set. The rumors also hint at a potential domino effect, with other teams considering trades or free agent moves contingent on McLaurin's final decision. For Washington, the implications are profound. Losing a player of his caliber would not only affect the offensive game plan, but also alter the franchise's identity, as McLaurin has long been a symbol of resilience, determination, and excellence. Fans are left speculating about who might fill the void, whether through draft picks, free agency, or internal promotions, while sports talk shows and online forums explode with debate and emotion. The uncertainty surrounding McLaurin's next move has transformed routine off-season chatter into a high-stakes drama, captivating audiences and stirring passionate discussions across the NFL landscape. The notion that McLaurin might depart has also sparked debate over the priorities of the Commanders' front office, with insiders speculating about internal disagreements over strategy, player valuation, and long-term vision. Analysts suggest that the organization may be focusing on roster flexibility and financial planning, which could conflict with McLaurin's expectations for a prominent central role. Speculation also revolves around how this potential departure might influence other players, both within the team and across the league, as veterans and young stars alike consider their futures in a shifting NFL environment. Social media amplifies every rumor, with fans dissecting every press conference, statement, and cryptic tweet, trying to glean insight into the unfolding drama. In parallel, potential suitors are quietly evaluating the impact of adding McLaurin to their rosters, recognizing that a player of his skill and professionalism can instantly alter team dynamics, force opponents to adjust game plans, and attract national attention. The rumor is no longer just about one player leaving a team. It has evolved into a narrative about opportunity, ambition, and the complex calculus of modern professional football. Analysts have also begun to explore the intangible effects of McLaurin's potential move, suggesting that his leadership, locker room presence, and mentorship could be just as impactful as his performance on the field. Rumors indicate that his influence extends to younger receivers, inspiring them to elevate their game, and to the entire offensive unit, fostering a culture of accountability and excellence. Should McLaurin leave, franchises hoping to acquire him must consider both his athletic contributions and his role as a catalyst for team culture. Meanwhile, the Commanders must navigate the delicate balance of rebuilding morale, maintaining fan engagement, and restructuring offensive strategy. Fans express a mix of sorrow and hope, torn between wanting McLaurin to stay and understanding that the fluid nature of the NFL sometimes forces even the most beloved players to explore new horizons. The narrative is rich with speculation, tension, and emotion, highlighting how a single star's potential departure can reshape conversations, strategy, and expectations across the league. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The rumor also raises questions about McLaurin's future legacy, with commentators debating whether his career trajectory might benefit from a fresh start in a new city, or if his greatest impact will remain tied to Washington. Insiders hint at the possibility of McLaurin seeking a situation that allows him to maximize both statistical output and championship potential, combining personal ambition with professional strategy. Speculators suggest that his decision could influence free agent markets, trade discussions, and even draft strategies as teams anticipate shifts in personnel needs and offensive priorities. For Washington, the looming absence of McLaurin presents both challenges and opportunities. While losing a star receiver would be devastating emotionally, it could open the door for emerging talent to step into the spotlight, potentially redefining the team's identity in the process. Fans remain in suspense, their emotions oscillating between attachment, frustration, and cautious optimism as every rumor and insider report adds another layer to the evolving saga. As the speculation intensifies, sports media continues to dissect every angle, evaluating McLaurin's potential destinations, the strategic implications for Washington, and the broader ripple effects across the NFL. Analysts debate whether the timing aligns with the player's peak performance years, and whether his eventual choice will reflect a calculated career move or a gamble based on fit and opportunity. The rumor itself has taken on a momentum of its own, dominating headlines, trending across social media platforms, and becoming a central topic of conversation for fans, commentators, and league insiders alike. Each potential scenario, whether a trade, free agent signing, or an unexpected twist, carries profound implications, both for McLaurin personally and for the teams involved. The narrative captivates not just because of what might happen on the field, but because it intertwines loyalty, ambition, identity, and legacy into a story that resonates far beyond the usual confines of sports reporting. Washington and the NFL at large are on edge, waiting for a decision that could mark the end of an era, the beginning of a new chapter, or perhaps an unexpected twist no one sees coming. The swirling rumors surrounding Terry McLaurin's future ultimately highlight the complex interplay between player ambition, team strategy, and fan emotion in modern professional football. Every insider tip, every speculative article, and every analyst's prediction adds fuel to a narrative that is as unpredictable as it is compelling. whether McLaurin ultimately remains with the Commanders or seeks new challenges elsewhere. The story has already captured the imagination of the league, turning what could have been a routine offseason into a saga of speculation, emotion, and high stakes. Fans across the country are watching, discussing, and debating, fully aware that the outcome will not just shape a single team's fortunes, but could influence the trajectory of careers, rivalries, and the broader NFL landscape. The rumor is more than just chatter. It is a living narrative, evolving with each passing day, and one that will be remembered long after the final decision is made. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.